angle relationships.
I think we're good, Mr. Thomas.
Oh, I think we should do another one.
Oh, that's so right.
I don't know how to do this.
All right, so here we go. Find measures of x, y, and z. Got to find the measurements of all three. All right. So tell me some things you guys notice. Tell me what you notice.
The 90-degree angle.
Where?
The top right line.
So I got 90 degrees here. Good. What do you notice about these two lines?
Parallel.
Okay, so they're parallel. Can't do the same length as they're infinite. Okay, and what is this line called right here going same through? Transversal. Does not bisect. Guys, be careful here. I'm not really picking on Ivan too much, but guys, don't make assumptions. Unless you're told that this bisects the angle, don't make that assumption. Okay? It definitely intersects the angle, but it doesn't bisect the angle. So we do have a transversal. What about this horizontal line? Is that also a transversal? Okay. All right. So I want you guys to tell me, which one of these do you think is the easiest one to solve for?
The x.
Why the x?
Because it's at 90 degrees.
How do you know x is 90 degrees? Because it's corresponding.
Good job, Ivan. You actually got some right.
Hey!
Really rude.
I'm just kidding. Ivan, I like you. Not like that.
Right, he's got some stuff to work on here. All right, so yes, well done, Ivan. X is 90 by corresponding angles. Again, that's really important. We understand that that's 90. I want to hear some other suggestions here. Where do we go from here? So x is 90. What's next? You guys, sometimes, I'm going to use Mr. Erbal's favorite line. It's hard to see the forest through the trees. Okay. Now, just stop and think about that phrase. It actually makes sense. It's hard to see the forest through the trees. Which means sometimes there's so much crap in your way that you can't see what's in front of you. Does that make sense? Okay? When we look at these problems, one of the hardest things that students struggle with is trying to get the crap to get away. Like, tell it to go away. You need to teach yourself, and you will learn this as we go, on how to focus on the specific information and ignore all the rest. And so I'm going to model that for you right now. We know that x is 90, right? We know this little corner here is 90. And I got a ton of other junk up here on this diagram. Well, now let's start trying to solve for the others. Let's try to solve for z. Well, if I start trying to solve for z, what issues am I going to run into? Okay, I don't know what z is. So what can I do to figure out z? Why would I set z equal to 90? It's not in the corner. It's not the whole corner. The whole corner is 90.
You're adding up to 90.
Well, okay. What am I adding up to 90 and setting equal to 180?
Oh, hang on.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead, say it. Okay, good. Now, Sage is bringing up some good points here. You can't really solve for z because I don't know what y is. If I knew what y was, I know that the whole angle here adds up to 90. So if I can figure out what y is, I can take this part, add it to that part, so that it all equal to 180 or 90, right? No, because I would be making an assumption that this is bisecting the angle. Okay. Now, here's the thing, though. I want you to focus your attention to here. What do we have in the corners of the z? So what does that tell you about this angle and this angle? No, what did you just tell me, Sage? They are equal. No, what did you just tell me about this? Sage, okay. Listen.
I just say it because I know it's right.
No, you're wrong. Okay? Guys, hey, come on. come back. Sage and I are going to have a discussion. I want you guys to listen to this discussion, and I want you to listen to what Sage is saying. Now, Sage, tell me again.
Speak up.
What can you tell me about these two highlighted angles? They're equal.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Oh, so would you just do like 3y minus 11 equals y plus 19?
Yes.
Good job.
Oh, good job, Sage.
Okay, and that's because we have the z. What type of angles form the z? Alternate interior. Okay, now guys, what I just did here by highlighting, this is what I was talking about seeing the forest through the trees. By having all this other crap, I'm going to ignore that. I just want to focus in this one particular area and say, hey, I recognize that relationship. And I'll work with that. I'm not going to worry about what z is. And right now, I don't have to worry about what x is. I'll worry about that later. Go with what you recognize first, and we'll piece this stuff together. Okay, so if we keep solving for y, we got 3y equals y plus 30. 2y is 30, therefore y is 15. Okay, so that gives me y. Why would I plug it back in, Sage?
For y.
Okay,
So that you can figure out, because if you plug it back in and you plug it into y plus 15,
uh-huh.
then you can figure out what that is, you can do the same thing.
Alright, so that's 34.
34.
So what's this angle?
34. It's equal.
Good. So how do they give me the z?
You would do same side. So put on the y plus 19.
Oh, but here's the problem, Sage. If you want to use same side interior, again, this is because that's why I like this problem. There's so much to look at. I'm going to do same side interior. I'm looking at a small angle and a large angle. If we look up here, if you want to use this angle right here with same side, you need to find all of that angle. That would be same side interior, 34, and then whatever all of this comes out to be. Okay, but there's a different way we can approach this. You guys already told me that this is 90 degrees, right?
Yeah.
So how big is this angle here? 90 degrees. Now it's angle addition postulate. The sum of my two parts equals the whole. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So I'm going to take these two angles, the 3y minus 11 and the 4z plus 2, and those two together are going to add up to 90 degrees. Okay, what part about that? And don't say everything.
Okay, I don't understand how you figured out, like, okay, how I said do same side, but okay, you can't because.
Because I don't know what this
Yeah, you
angle
don't
is.
know what that is. Okay, I get that.
Okay.
But then angle addition postulate.
Okay.
I was lost.
Alright, so angle addition postulate sounds really fancy, right?
Well, I know what it is.
Yeah.
Just you add the two things.
It's the whole.
Yeah.
So it is making this angle right here, which is the right angle. So these two things added together are going to give me the right angle. So it sounds, again, really fancy. But all it really is going to be 4z plus 2 plus 3y minus 11 equals 90 degrees. These two parts add up to give me the whole angle. And I know that's 90 because this side is 90.
Wait, does it matter though that there's a line going between that?
That all that's going to do is tell me that the two parts add up to the 90. Okay. All right, Tori.
For the x thing, isn't that part of a vertical angle?
If you're going to use x as a vertical angle, it would be right here.
Yeah, so wouldn't we know what that is?
You could. There's multiple ways to do this. There's the way we're doing it right now,
Yeah.
and then yes, we could use same side interior, but you'd have to add the 90 to it.
Yeah.
Okay, but yeah, you can do it that way. Okay. So guys, we keep working here. We need 4z plus 2. We already said that 3y minus 11 is 34 equals 90. So it's 4z plus 36. 90, 4z is 54. And z after I reduce that, will be 27 halves.
You like
Fat, you like fat.
I just.
All right, so that's the last example I want to do with you guys.
What?
Well, no, there's one more I want to do with you. There's one more.
say we must be awesome. You did very much.
How do we do the homework challenge?
I got the work done. Right, no, I got the work done.
No way.
Yeah.
I know.
How did you get 30? Is that 34 right there?
Yeah.
How did you
I
get
mean, what's why?
I do.
What's
I gave
why?
up on it this last
Oh.
year when I failed in class.
I feel stupid now and I'll be
Okay.
stupid in front of everyone.
Everybody makes a 6.
I didn't get
Life moves
from
on.
34 to 36.
Remember, this is 4z plus 2. So 34 plus 2 is going to be 36. All right, so guys, there's one more example you're going to see on the homework tonight. I want to make sure we go over this. And you will see this on the